Hey everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am great. Hope you're having a great weekend. I recorded this early so I could have one. And today we're going to talk about the other sports. We spend a lot of time on this channel talking about Kansas State football and basketball because honestly, that's what gets the views. That's what people want. But there's some really cool things going on outside of the realm of those two at Kansas State sports. And we're going to discuss how well Gene Taylor's hired in Olympic sports. We focus on the big sports, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes at Kansas State that's pretty darn exciting. And we got to start with women's golf, right? Stu Burke is in his second year of being Kansas State's women's golf coach, and he's taking the Wildcats to their first ever NCAA championship tournament after placing second in their regional. And Carla Bernat, the incredible Spanish golfer, won that event and might just win the NCAA tournament too. We'll see. Can his team compete at the NCAA level? They might struggle a little bit this year, but they did pretty well at that regional. They pull it all together. Who knows? And of course, that appearance by the women's golf team in the NCAA championship steals the headlines right now. But keep an eye on Kansas State women's soccer. Coach Colleen Corbin is entering her first season here after her first spring, but her first season comes up this fall with K-State women's soccer. She's doing some interesting things, and I would keep some attention over there because people enjoy going to Kansas State women's soccer and being more competitive, winning more big games, beating your rivals more often. Certainly would go a long way, but Corbin's just receiving incredible feedback from everything I'm hearing. Now let's talk about track and field because Travis Geopfert has just led up that program with energy. His whole coaching staff has. In fact, the Woodhalls on the staff might be my favorite couple of all time. That's a whole different topic. But Travis is just going at it. And from what I'm hearing, this recruiting class coming in for next year is epic. And pretty soon they might be competing at the Big 12 highest level in men's track, something that hasn't been done at K-State in a while. There was some great success under the previous staff with women's. But it sounds like Coach Geopfert is getting things lined up on both sides. Keep an eye on that come this fall. I'm fired up just for indoor season to see how that all weighs out. And I'm going to add in one guy here because I'm a volleyball fan. That was my sport a long time ago, many pounds and knees ago. But Jason Mansfield is entering his third season with K-State women's volleyball. He hasn't quite got the traction I expected, but I still truly believe this is the right guy for this program. Just keep an eye on that women's volleyball team this fall because they've done some interesting recruiting things. And I think the athleticism is moving up and trying to be competitive at a higher level, even though K-State volleyball's been there. Getting them back there consistently is his goal. Again, we don't cover these often because we don't lead, we follow. And when you folks show interest in these things, we will too. And women's golf certainly is gaining some interest at Kansas State. So here we are. The Olympic sports at K-State seem to be pretty healthy right now. Baseball is about what it has been. We'd all like it to be a little bit better so that they're solidly in the field every year. And so many other sports continue to find their own way under coaches who, actually, when I started doing research, I was surprised have been here as long as they have. The K-State athletic department, the entire sports program for the Wildcats is in great hands with these coaches. And I hope you'll take some time this fall to check out some of these teams because there's a lot more going on at K-State than just football and hoops.